On November 28, 2010, the United States was thrust into a global diplomatic crisis when Wikileaks released over 250 zero-confidential cables from its consulates. Wikileaks, a media organization dedicated to publishing secret information on war, corruption, and espionage, exposed sensitive details about American intelligence, political, and military strategies. The leaks also revealed the US's use of its diplomatic missions for global espionage, including gathering personal information such as credit card details and even DNA. The leaked US diplomatic cables shed light on Zimbabwe's political landscape, particularly the dominance of President Robert Mugabe and the internal workings of the ruling party, Zanu PF. The cables revealed widespread fear of Mugabe within the party, internal rivalries, and the US's failed attempts to influence Zimbabwean politics. The unauthorized release also endangered the lives of individuals such as former US Ambassador Christopher Dell and top Zanu PF officials. The study examines the impact of Wikileaks cables on Zanu PF's internal politics since 2010. The leaks exposed party factions, succession struggles, corruption, and abuse of office. Some individuals manipulated the cables to undermine rivals. The research aims to analyze the content of the cables, document US-Zimbabwe relations, and assess Zanu PF's state after the leaks. The central research questions include: what is Wikileaks? Why and when did the leaks happen? What information was leaked and how did it impact Zanu PF's internal politics? How did Zanu PF survive after the Wikileaks revelations? Wikileaks released vast amounts of unedited information, relying on the public to interpret and demand reform. The leaks exposed the hypocrisy of Mugabe's confidants, who secretly plotted against him. However, the disclosures also increased secrecy and put lives at risk, leading to expulsions and danger for those implicated. The study uses Machiavellian theory to understand the implications of Wikileaks on Zanu PF. According to Machiavelli, a leader must be cunning, focused on maintaining power, and willing to use any means necessary. Mugabe exemplified this by prioritizing state affairs and maintaining control despite the damaging leaks. Machiavelli's concepts are evident in Mugabe's leadership. He used intelligence to manage party factions, rewarded loyalists, punished dissenters, and sometimes used terror to intimidate opponents. Mugabe favored the Zulu ethnic group for top positions, while Wikileaks aimed to expose and weaken Zanu PF. US foreign policy towards Zimbabwe has evolved since the 1960s, from supporting independence to imposing sanctions over human rights abuses. Wikileaks, founded by Julian Assange in 2007, emerged as a platform for publishing classified information, challenging secrecy in international relations. Diplomatic cables are confidential messages exchanged between embassies and their home governments. Despite technological advances, the term cable persists. The Wikileaks Cablegate release provided unprecedented insight into global diplomacy, but also raised legal and ethical debates. Julian Assange, born in Australia in 1971, became interested in computers and hacking as a teenager. After legal troubles, he founded Wikileaks in 2007 to expose secrets and promote transparency. Assange has faced legal challenges, including extradition attempts, and has sought asylum in the Ecuadorian embassy in London. Wikileaks cables revealed deep-rooted factionalism within Zanu PF, dating back to the early 2000s. Rivalries between factions led by Emerson Mnangagwa and Joyce Mujuru were exposed, with succession plans and internal power struggles coming to light. Senior members secretly discussed leadership change with US officials, highlighting the party's instability. The cables exposed widespread corruption among Zanu PF officials, including illegal diamond dealings and financial mismanagement. Ethnic divisions, especially the dominance of the Zezuru subgroup, fueled internal conflicts. The party's land reform program was also criticized by some members as disastrous for the economy. The Wikileaks revelations caused shock and division within Zanu PF. Some members faced possible treason charges, but the government took little action. Mugabe and party leaders acknowledged the damage but focused on investigating the authenticity of the leaks. Disciplinary actions were threatened against those implicated. Following the leaks, Mugabe took repressive measures against those plotting his ouster, including Vice President Mujuru and her allies. In December 2014, Mujuru and several ministers were fired, accused of corruption and plotting against Mugabe. The party purged Mujuru supporters, paving the way for Grace Mugabe's rise. The Wikileaks cables caused turmoil within Zanu PF. increasing suspicion and collective unease among party members. While the party survived, the leaks exposed internal rivalries, hypocrisy, and plans for a post-Mugabe Zimbabwe. The revelations were both damaging and, paradoxically, a tool for the ruling party to identify and eliminate dissent.